Howdy guys, and thank you for joining me on this very special edition of the monthly mini review. Today we're actually going to be talking about a platformer level. I've been ignoring platformer mode ever since I made those videos in the wake of 2.2's release because I don't really care for it, so being forced to play one by my patrons was definitely a unique experience to say the least. Rest assured, I did my best to keep an open mind as I played it though. I have my opinions about platformer as a whole, but just because a tool is flawed doesn't mean you can't still do interesting stuff with it. After all, it's not like I don't have my complaints about the main game either. For what it is, there's plenty to appreciate about Froglights. So what is the deal with this level? Well, Froglights is the easiest level in the game because anybody can beat it in one attempt. It is completely impossible to die on this level. Of course, saying that is kind of like saying that Sans is the easiest enemy because he only has 1 HP. I'm just being a little coy with you. No, this level is actually extremely hard, and I was not able to even get close to beating it. After 5 hours of playing, I got like a quarter of the way up, and after that I just had to stop. I don't have a ton of experience with platformer mode, of course, so I guess I shouldn't have expected to be able to beat an insane demon right off the bat to begin with, especially one with no checkpoints. Still, when I started, I felt like I might have been able to do it. The gameplay loop of this level feels very much like Getting Over It, or like that game where you play as Sisyphus pushing a boulder up a hill. You need a lot of patience to play this, as you learn the ins and outs of every jump and the way your cube moves on the slopes. It's unforgiving, but the sense of progression is satisfying. In Getting Over It, falling down is explicitly stated to be a loss of progression, a quote-unquote real punch in the gut, but that's just not how I perceive the game in my mind. Falling down isn't losing progress, it is progress. Every time you fall down, you refine your movements a tiny bit. You learn something new. Your understanding of the game deepens, and getting back up gets just a little bit easier, a little faster, a little more efficient. This is the kind of thing that gets my gamer juices flowing. I love this kind of stuff. I played this level for 5 hours straight, and I didn't really get frustrated with it right up until the end. Even then, the reason I got frustrated has little to do with the level itself. No, it comes back around to my issues with platformer mode. The physics just don't really agree with me. The controls are pretty tight for the most part when you're jumping around, but it feels so slippery on the ground, which gets to be really noticeable when you're trying to make precise jumps. The worst offender though are the slopes. I wasn't aware of this when I started playing this level, but slopes make your icon behave very strangely in platformer mode. If you jump over this slope and onto the jump pad on the other side, your icon will not go back to the right no matter how hard you push, because the game has put you in this sliding state that makes it impossible for you to go back the way you came. This confused the hell out of me, so I actually had to consult Aktimoose about this, and with his help I was able to figure out how it actually works. Apparently, jumping up a slope puts you in this sliding state, and this does not get cancelled until you hit level ground again. A jump pad or a jump ring doesn't get rid of it. It completely messes up your movement until you are fully grounded. And this was mildly infuriating to say the least. A similar situation happens with this yellow jump ring, which I was unable to figure out before having to stop. It's incredibly annoying to press right on my controller, but then not see my icon move to the right the way I'd expect. It just feels really terrible to fight against the mechanics of the game like this. Just to reiterate, this is not a condemnation of Froglights, this is a condemnation of platformer mode. I had thought that maybe this level could soften my opinion on platformer mode somewhat, but in the end it has just reaffirmed it. Still, despite that fact, I did enjoy my time with Froglights, and I commend the gameplay design of this level. I enjoy how this central pillar persists throughout the entire level, and the minimalist design with these cute little rainbow accents is pretty neat too. And I think that about does it for this video. Special shoutouts to my grandpa demons on my Patreon. As always, thank you very much for your support, and thanks for watching everybody. See you later in my top 50 medium demons. It's coming soon.